Hi, my name is Madan Mohan, Managing Director of Hiwe. We started Hiwe in the year of 2010 with the intent of upskilling engineering grads by means of providing industrial knowledge. We started three engineers in the year of 2010. And in these 12 years of journey, we trained Hiwe. Almost 12,000 plus students. And out of 12,000, I can proudly say like by means of providing industrial knowledge. We started three engineers in the year of 2010. And hi, my name is Madan Mohan, Managing Director of Hiwe. We started Hiwe in the year of 2010 with the intent of upskilling engineering grads by means of providing industrial knowledge. We started with three engineers in the
Efficiencies and to the four segments and help them to get placed in the right career.
Guys, can you all see the audio?
Yeah, ma'am. Present. We can listen.
Okay, can you see the video as well as audio? Can you hear the audio now?
my name is Madan, Managing Director.
Yes,
Can you
yes,
please confirm?
We started Hiwe
yes,
in
yes,
the year of 2010 with the intent
Guys,
of
can you all hear the audio of the video?
yes, we can.
Thank you.
upskilling.
So sorry for the inconvenience.
Hi, my name is Madan Mohan, Managing Director of Hiwe. We started Hiwe in the year of 2010 with the intent of upskilling engineering grads by means of providing industrial knowledge. We started with three engineers in the year of 2010. And in these 12 years of journey, we trained almost 12,000 plus students. And out of 12,000, I can proudly say like 8,000 plus engineering grads got placement, starting from small scale industries to the top MNCs. By keeping the world class needs in mind, like we have designed our classroom as a virtual classroom, and with which is suitable to conduct the classes online and offline segment.
In HIW, what we do is we take one-on-one sessions where we give them a tailored program where they can work and clear the interview at least in first 3 attempts. If I have any doubts to clarify, the team of HIW is available at any time to clarify any doubts for me.
HI plays a very important role. It does this quintessential job of transforming students who come with raw knowledge of engineering, whether it is electrical, civil, or mechanical, and convert them into a finished ornament. A finished ornament in the sense that the engineering company is ready to accept them as an employee in their organization.
In addition, with our technical classroom training, we are providing industrial visits. Like we are going to outdoor solar PV plants and substations and switchgear panel visits. And based on the permissions we are getting, we will also visit various power plants. Coming to the civil people, like we will visit various construction sites.
We try to understand every person's or an engineer's abilities and then work on their efficiencies and to the core segments and help them to get placed in a right career in all aspects.
I used to work in residential field as a technical supervisor in maintenance department. I worked 3 years in maintenance. Then I decided to upgrade my knowledge in the core. Then I got to know about the HIW doing great job for the engineers who wants to settle in the core. I trained from the HIW and good knowledge in core. I got placement in Accutronic India Private Limited as a service engineer. I am very happy with my role and company thanks to HIW.
We conduct various mock interviews during the training. Based on the company profile, we separately train the candidates on interview segment, like what kind of questions they may ask you during the interview, and so that will help them in boosting their candidates' confidence. That's how HIW students are excelling in the interviews.
At HW, we were given personal assistance, and every week mock interviews were conducted, and which helped me in cracking interviews at a very early stage. And I'm very happy with HW.
Thank you to HIW for getting me that opportunity.
I'm very much glad that HIW is celebrating its 12th anniversary. I wish many more to come. Thank you, HIW.
HIW is the one-stop solution for the engineering grads to get your dream jobs and to upskill your knowledge. Join with HIW, get skilled, get hired.
Thank you. I request all the speakers to start your videos, please. I request all the speakers to start your videos, and I request the others to not to mute.
If you are running a business where you are the one who's managing operations, sales, marketing, finances.
Okay, I request all the speakers to start your videos. Ramesh sir, Harinath sir.
Yeah, I started, madam.
Thank you, sir. I'll just spotlight you guys. Madan sir, we'll take 2 minutes of time to screen share it. Thank you.
Good morning, Madan.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Madan Garu.
Hi. Good morning to
Good
everyone.
morning to
Good
all.
morning, Adi.
Yeah.
Good morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah. Morning to all.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Madan Garu.
Sridhar sir, your video is not.
Hi. Good morning to Ramarao sir and everyone.
Good morning, Ramarao Garu. Good morning.
Yeah,
to
good
all.
morning, sir. Good morning to everybody.
We are with only Harinath sir.
Yeah, I'm there, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. 1 second.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. 1 second, sir. I'll just make you the host. Okay. So I think I'll hand over the thing to Kavya right now.
Good morning, everyone.
Your mic is mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're audible.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kavya. Welcome to HIW's webinar on career opportunities for electrical engineers. HIW is one of the premium finishing school aimed at enhancing the academic learnings of engineering candidates. We provide industry-specific training, helping you in building a career in core engineering sector. HIW has 13 years of experience and will assist you to inculcate a comprehensive skill set, not just limiting to technical, but to match with the growing expectations of the industry, this thus elevating your employability. Today, we have a group of experts with us to enlighten us on the opportunities in electrical industry. I would like to introduce them one by one. First, we have Mr. Madan Mohan Gaud, founder and managing director of HIW Empowering Engineers Private Limited. He has over 18 years of experience on solar, substations, and switchgears. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Kavya.
We have Mr. Ramesh. Yes, sir. We have Mr. Ramesh Viparthi, Director Engineering and Technology um, in
Amplint.
Amphil, with more than 38 years of experience in oil and gas energy, food and beverages, petrochemical, biogas, and other utility sectors. He has extensive knowledge in engineering operations, client engagement, and quality assurance. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we also have Mr. K. Sridhar Babu, COO of Equarian Energy, with 22 years of experience and 18 years, specifically 18 years of experience in renewable energy with Cleantech Solar, Lanco, and First Solar. Welcome,
Thanks,
sir.
Kavya. Thanks, Kavya, for the nice introduction.
Thank you, sir. We have Mr. Harinath, sir, with 40 years of experience in HR field, retired as a GM HR of Asabanu Technical Services Limited, currently associated as HR advisor for following companies like Asabanu Technical Services, Transcon Industries, Axonify Technical Systems, etc. Apart from HR advisor, he is also a trainer on employability skills and a visiting faculty to many engineering and MBA colleges. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Kavya. Thanks for the nice introduction. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Thank you. And we also have Mr. P. Venkat Ramarao, sir, with more than 3 decades of experience in different verticals of manufacturing units. His area of expertise are handling and taking care of the entire HR operations of employee life cycle. I welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you for a nice introduction.
Welcome all the honorable guests over here, and we are very, very excited to listen from you. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Mr. Madan Mohan, sir, to shed some light on career opportunities for electrical engineers. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavya. Thanks to all the dignitaries who attended this session. Thanks to one and all the students and aspirant electrical engineers. So, thanks for giving me this opportunity. Yes. So, once again, good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
All the
good morning.
over here to speak on various things in terms of career opportunities for electrical engineers. And today is a great day for our country as well. We won the World Cup. It's really a great moment for our
Yeah.
nation.
Remarkable.
Yes,
Yeah.
remarkable moment. And see, I wish we should be ahead of in all the aspects as our players made us feel proud. Yes, so I'm going to make you understand about career opportunities for electrical engineers, along with our great industry experts, as Kavya mentioned now. So I think all the participants are ready to understand and implement the ideas and guidance given by the industry experts. So I hope all of you are ready now. So yes, so let's start the session. We'll just go. Yeah. So I just want to start the session with this picture, which will makes you understand. I just want to know what did you understand from this picture? Like here, you can consider this as a career role. So I just want to know, like you can unmute and speak now. What is your understanding on this picture? You can also chart in the chat box. Okay, you can text in the chat box. I just want to know here. The point is we have within the limited time we have to cover many things, guys. When I ask you some question, I really appreciate your quick response. So you can unmute and speak, and once your answer is done, then you please be in mute to avoid the disturbance to others. See, the point is very clear. This is a career rope. On this career rope, someone is showing their experience, and
So we have some answers on the chat box.
oh, great. Yes.
I'll just read it for you. They say like, sir, job career choosing, machines are replacing humans. Resume, sir, first pick. Mechanical version of job opportunities. I think
Yes.
choose right decision at right time, sir. The aspirants
Exactly.
are being interviewed by companies.
I really appreciate answer given by Janani. Like industry needs talent, not a certificate. Okay. So thanks for your all answers. I really appreciate your quick response. So yes, as you said, it is correct. The point is, if you want to be on this career road, so unless until you're skilled and unless until you're showcasing your experience, your knowledge, so you cannot be on this career road. That is the only simple statement I want to give on this with this picture here. So the point is very clear. Unless until you upskill yourself and reskill yourself, so you're not going to be no longer on this career road. So generally, I can tell you one thing at this moment, the point when we were studying 10th standard and in 12th standard, people used to say if you work for if you work hard this 10th class or 12th standard only for 2 years and all, your life will be settled. And when you come to BTech also, people say the same thing if you really work hard for 4 years and get a great percentage and then your life will be settled. But I don't think so. That is a true statement because life is all about putting your efforts at every time. So there is no relaxation in your life. When it comes to the professional life, you have to put your efforts. You have to upskill yourself at every moment. Then only you will be on the race. Otherwise, you will be just falling down from the career rope. That is what the statement I just want to give at this moment. So the point is here. here this guy is just waiting for the job. Like you can imagine yourself, like when you are looking for a job after your BTech, like this boy is not able to build these blocks towards the job. He's not able to make the path towards the job. So there could be so many reasons for this. Okay, if you are thinking yourself at this moment, like what could be the reasons? Like if you are trying for a job, being a fresher. So I just want to know, like how many of you are finished BTech graduates in this session? Can you just type like finished quickly? And how many of you are MTech graduates here? I just want to know, like, if you are MTech, just type text MTech. If you are finished BTech graduate, just finished. Great. There are many aspirants who is looking for a job, I hope. Great. Thank you so much for your great response. And you're all eager to learn, like, how to build these blocks towards the job. I understand that. Okay, the point is very clear. One thing is this boy is not clear, like in terms of industrial exposure and a lack of guidance. Generally, point is like when you are in the engineering colleges, like when you ask someone like what to do after BTech, being an electrical engineer. Also, nowadays, everyone is suggesting you like you please prepare for the GATE exam, or you please go prepare for Java, like IT segment and all. But very few people are guiding you like how to crack the job being an electrical engineer in the core industry. So that's where majority of the people are lagging in terms of guidance. And when it comes to the industrial exposure, during the academics we hardly, because nowadays I'm going to many colleges and I'm addressing many students. When I ask you this question like how many core companies do you know, then hardly I'll get the answers from the people like I say people say like a BHEL or Genco, Transco. These are the companies I'm listening from the students, unfortunately. But the point is, um, if you believe like in only Hyderabad, you can like you'll find almost 2,500 to 3,000 small scale industries are there who is looking for skilled electrical engineers, and there are almost 1,000 plus companies in level 2 and level 3. So there is huge scope is there into the private segment. But the point is, if you want to get those opportunities, first thing is like we have to know like at least what are the companies available, and what skill set is required to the industries to get into the industry. So you need a proper guidance during your academics that makes you can path like you can make this path towards the job. So the point here is the major agenda of this session. The major agenda of this session is we just want to throw a light on what are the opportunities are available for electrical engineers. You can say, you can also take it as a core engineers, because more or less all electrical, mechanical, civil, all core branches would be same in a same like under the same umbrella. The point is, I just want to know, like, I just want to make you understand what are the core opportunities after your BTech. Generally, what we do after BTech, after completion of your exams, we'll simply pack your luggages and we'll just go to our hometowns. Then obviously you are the VIPs in your home. Your parents starts giving you the VIP treatment, like so that how long that will continue? Just for 1 month or 2 months. After 2 months or 3 months, people start asking you the question like, what next? Actually, your parents will not ask that question. That question will be asked by your neighbors or your relatives or someone. So the person who is not at all thinking about what to do after your BTech exams, that question would be a great challenge for you, like in what way we have to choose our career. So here I'll just give you some options, like what are the options you have after your BTech, and I'll just tell you like what are the pros and cons, what are the advantages and disadvantages of selecting each option. So I'll just give the just throw a light. We have our great industry experts. They will definitely make sure they will make you understand. They'll definitely show you a path today. So what exactly you have to do after your BTech and how you should prepare yourself to get a job. Okay, so I'll just give you the glimpse. The remaining part will be taken care by Mr. Sridhar Babu and the great industry experienced HR advisor Harinath sir, Ramesh Viparthi sir, and Ramarao sir. So guys, I can really tell you you're so glad to connect this session today. If you really understand, you should have some patience to understand, and you don't disconnect the session till end of the and whatever you have the questions, you just note down, and at the end of the session, we will give you time to ask your questions. Okay, our experts people definitely clear your doubts. So just listen to us carefully. And so after your BTech, the first option you have is you can think on further education and government jobs, PSUs, and the last but not the least option is private jobs. Understand? So we'll just see you have these four options in front of you. So let us understand every one option. The first thing is when your parents ask you the question after your BTech, when you are enjoying at your home, what is your next plan? So out of confusion and lack of industrial exposure and lack of guidance, people simply thinks let us go to instead of many people. I have seen many people who is coming to HIW and joining here. People simply in the confusion, so many people are opting this further education. So in the further education also you have many options. So job is, you just let us keep this job aside for some time. And when it comes to the MTech, so the point is very clear, guys. If you are willing to go for higher education, you want to do your PhDs and you are interested into R&D segment and all, then going for MTech is the right option. And now my suggestion is don't go for a full-time MBA, and there are many universities are offering part-time MBAs that you can do by starting your career. Parallelly, you can go for MBA by doing the job. And if you're really financially feasible and perfect, then you can also go for MS. These are the four options you have in front of you in terms of further education. So my point here is very simple. When you are looking for a job and your parents couldn't support you further, because most of the parents are economically from the poor backgrounds, and in that case, so nowadays we are also listening a great word startups. That is becoming a fascinating word. But the point is, if you are financially in a great position and your parents are supporting you in that segment, then you can think on a startup segment, guys. So my point is, if without any clarity, if you are doing your MTech in the local colleges, then that MTech degree is not going to help you to get a job. Very simple. Because nowadays the industry is like that, higher qualification is not disqualification. Compared to if any BTech and MTech guy is going for the interview, definitely BTech guy is going to get the job than MTech guy, because you have many reasons for that. Age is the one factor. At the age of 21, you are going to finish your BTech. So if you start your career at the age of 21, by the time you will you'll reach to 28 or 29, you will get the settlement. When it comes to MTech, 1 year gate exam, and after 2 years will be MTech, and all this almost you'll reach to 24 and 25. So your golden time is gone. So if you want to go for MTech, please do MTech from NIT or IITs. That postgraduate degree will help you to make your career better. So this is what I want to say in terms of further education, guys. And the next point is next after your, see, the point is when your parent is asking you the question what is your next plan, simply people go for a gate exams, and they will study for 1 year for the gate exam, and if you couldn't get the gate rank, then again next question will come like what is your next plan? So the point is, people thinks that like we prepared for the gate exam and we have great knowledge now, then why don't we try for government jobs? So the point here is very clear. My sincere see, nothing wrong in trying for government jobs for your get better career prospect, but the point is you should be in a realistic situation. Like how many government jobs are there in the market, and what is the competition, and you should also think about you in a realistic way, like how far we can sustain in this competitive world. So if you want to try for government jobs, my sincere suggestion is you can try for 1 year. If not 1 year, please don't waste your time for government jobs more than 2 years, guys. So I'm going to tell you the statements very clearly and very straightforward. So if you have any questions, we can discuss later. I'm so sorry if anybody is bothering about my statements, but it's true. I'm telling here the true statements, because many people are coming to HRW after 4 years and 5 years of their degree. And when we ask you like, what are you doing these 6 years or 7 years? People are simply telling like we were trying for government jobs and we are waiting for notifications, and that is not happening. That's the reason we want to just settle in our lives, sir. That's the reason we came to HIW. The point is very clear, guys. So after 8 years, after 9 years, but we have our success stories. After 8 years, 9 years trying for government job also, whoever is coming to HIW, we trained them and we also placed in the right, we have given the right placements, but that may not possible with every case. So like you should like a prevention better than cure, we can say that. So you please be in a realistic way. So try for government jobs for 1 or 2 years. If that is not happening, guys, because nowadays in industry, people are accepting like upon our request, people are accepting after your 1 year and 2 years gap also, people are accepting your candidature when you really skilled. Okay, so if you are, please don't waste your time in terms of government jobs years together, guys. Okay, so there is a survey like the point is whoever is working into the private domain, they are ahead of in the race compared to government jobs. So I don't want to extend this more than this. Like let us go through the next choice, that is PSUs. There is also one more option. You have like if you get a good gate score and you have opportunities, you'll get in a PSUs like public sector units. But there is also too much of competition, guys. So you should also think realistic. Nowadays, all the PSUs are going to become privatized. So there is no like you don't get a great feel in going with PSUs. But if you really get an opportunity for PSUs, like you're lucky, you can really opt that opportunity and you can go ahead. Yes. So after this, like government jobs, further education, and PSUs. So whatever all these trials you have to make only for just 1 or 2 years. Don't waste your golden time after your BTech more than 2 years, guys, because after 2 years you will become like if you are late, you will become late. Very simple, because after 2 years, like almost two batches are coming to the market. Like like a fresh people will fill your place in the industry. So after all, like if you tried all these options but you couldn't do this, it's okay, fine, nothing to worry. Okay, no need to like break your head and unnecessarily by thinking all these things. Like people are at the early ages, people are getting like a BPs and sugars. So to avoid that, so we have a great option, and sincere suggestion is you should choose wisely here whether you want to go with government jobs and private jobs. So my statement here is like a wise people select the options wisely. So the point is there is a survey of like a Bureau of Labor Statistics. So don't think otherwise, like there is a enormous growth. There is enormous growth we have in the private industry than your government jobs. The point is very clear, guys. Like if you want to go for any Singapore or Malaysia, any every year you can go. Like being a government employee, your life is very limited. I can tell you. Okay, unless if you are honest. Okay, there are many many chances. You know that very clearly. So Bureau of Labor Statistics, as per this, you have a great growth in the private segment. So all our today's speakers, all from private segment, and they are having their life happily, and you will listen from them like how is their life and how much they are earning being a private employee. Like people are working as a vice presidents and COOs, HR heads. Like you have sky. Just there is a limit. There is no limit for the growth in the private segment. And I can ask you one question. You know like what is that? You have many substations around you, right? And many power plants you are seeing nowadays. You will see many solar power plants, and you know Burj Khalifa, right? All of you, all of you know Burj Khalifa. Can anybody tell me like who is who built Burj Khalifa? Government employees or private segment? So Burj Khalifa built by the private entity, not government. And you take any nearby solar plants or power plants or any substations or any shopping complexes, everything is just built, designed, planned, constructed by private entity, not with the government. So there is a challenge in the government, private segment. Okay, sky is the limit for your growth, guys. I'm telling you. So you can see the happiness in his face, like when you are working with your hands-on experience, when you are having hands-on experience. So that satisfaction is really you cannot express that. Okay, it's like winning a World Cup match. Okay, I can tell you when you get a success in the private segment. So the point is very clear. You can ask me the question, sir. Who is giving me the private jobs? As I told you guys, getting private job is also not so easy unless until you are right skilled. Okay, so there are plenty of opportunities in the market in the private segment, and there is a huge number of opportunities, and there is a scarcity for the skilled professionals in the private segment. So every day, you don't believe, every day we'll get a calls here like we need skilled people, like almost like we'll get the requirements every day 10 to 20 engineers. So we are not able to cater the industries, the skilled professionals, even though after we are providing the great training and after so many mock interviews and site visits and all. So we are not able to cater to the industry as per their requirement. That is a scarcity in the private segment, guys. But the point is to get the job into the private segment. So what are the skill set required? Private industry also looking for skilled engineers. The major what industry is expecting. If any are going for any interview, people are expecting some skills in your candidature. So what are the skills people are expecting? The first and foremost is attitude. So if you have 90 percentages and you have great academic record and all, but your attitude is not great, then you're not going to enter into the industry. That is very clear. Okay, I have many examples like that, guys. So our expert speakers will tell about your attitude. And the next is like you should be good in terms of application knowledge. Application knowledge is very clear. Like whatever you are learning, you should be very clear, like where you are going to use that. When I go to any colleges and when I interact with the people, like when I give you like a very simple question, like for example, I'll just guys, this is one transformer, and this transformer is like 11 by 415 volts. Let me take this is 500 kVA is the capacity. So for this, what is the full load current at the 415 volts side? See, can anybody answer this question quickly in the chat box? Can anybody answer this question quickly? At least tell me. Oh, 85 amps is not the correct answer. That is the point. I just want to make you understand the importance of application knowledge here. Because to answer this question, first of all, you should be very clear like which formula shall be used here. That is very important. We all learn about all these formulas and we know everything. But the point is we are lagging in terms of application knowledge. In this scenario, what is the right formula we have to use? That is a major question. So the point, many of the people, 99% people failed giving this answer. Okay, so you just work on this, guys. And the next is like a passion. Your passion only drives your career. Very simple. Because when it comes to the electrical, you cannot expect electrical industry as you are working for the Infosys or TCS, guys. Because all our electrical projects will run at the remote locations. Whenever it is required, we have to move to the sites and we have to understand how people are working at sites. Unless until you have site knowledge, you have practical approach, you cannot design your system. So for all these things, you should have a great passion. And next is like good communication skills. Your communication skills matters a lot. And the next is like adaptability. Wherever you are working, when you are in Rome, we should be like a Roman. Very simple. So adaptability matters here. So these are the skills. These are the skills required for any professional to enter into the private segment. So in terms of attitude, like the first and foremost thing is when you're going for any interview, your HR will look into like whether you are willing to work or not. If you are really interested to do the job and you can do the job, then you will get the job. There is no point in that. Okay, application knowledge is like whatever you are learning, you should know like where exactly we are implementing your those things. In terms of that, you have to learn. And a passion, this is my quotation, like a passion in profession strengthens your ability to acquire knowledge to achieve success. So do what you love and love what you do. And the things is like a good communications. Communication is not only speak in English. I'm telling you guys, communication is not only speak in English. Communication skills is nothing but when you are going to any site, what people are talking, you should understand what you are talking. Your opposite person should understand. That is what about communication skills. And there are many ways to define the communication skills. So you should, when in a work environment, like you should know how to behave yourself with your subordinates, your superiors, your juniors. So this all comes under the communication skills. The next is like adaptability. For adaptability, I can tell you like your mindset matters. So for adaptability, the best example is like a chameleon. Based on the situation, your chameleon just change the colors. Sometimes you have to be like that in the industry. According to your industry requirement, you should make ready yourself to adopt the work culture. That's where you can sustain in this core segment. So guys, this is what I just want to tell you. And yes, Mr. Mohan Veera Garu, you will get the answer for your 500 kVA 11 by 415 volts. Don't worry. There is some mistake in your answer. Okay, you're just we'll discuss that at the end of the session, guys. Okay. Yes. So I'll tell you next. I'm just handovering this session to our expert speakers today. So Miss Kavya, you can just introduce someone to continue the session. Okay. Thank you all. I'll be available here at the end of the session. Again, we'll just discuss about your queries. Okay. Thank you all. Yeah.
Thank you, Madan sir, for your great insights on career opportunities. I think now our students will be able to choose rightly. And also the students can come meet us at our institute for more guidance. And now I would like to invite Mr. Ramesh sir to give your valuable guidance to our young electrical engineers.
Ramesh sir, please unmute yourself and start your
Yeah.
sharing, sir.
Good morning, everybody. I don't need to put on the video, right?
It is better if you start your video, sir, because you'll have that contact with them, correct? And then please start your screen sharing, sir.
1 second. Good morning, everybody.
Sorry, sir. Slideshow.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. My namaste to all the panel dignitaries and all students and HAW staff. And today I will talk more about what an engineer require to acquire knowledge before going and joining the company or an organization, and what company expects from you and what you should expect from the company, and how the process of approaching to the work goes on. So that is what I mainly focus on. You can stop me or you can text me in between if you have any questions. So the prerequisites for any job, for an engineer particularly, I emphasize more on the electrical engineers, but it's applicable for any engineer. So first is you must have interest in your chosen work. Suppose you have chosen a design or engineering or production or manufacturing, inspection, whatever you choose, you must have interest in that. Then only the performance will come out. If you don't have interest, then it will become a monotonous and your learning process will stop. So that is first and foremost, it is important. Then you must have clarity in subject fundamentals. When you are studied certain things, you must have clarity of that. So tomorrow when as Madan Garu just now to ask you about a small simple basic question, such questions should not be unanswered, because the interviewers or the people in front of you start judging you that where you stand. Maybe you may be a BTech, topper or whatever the kind. But when you are facing an interview or when you are facing a senior person, it will take hardly any time for him to judge your level of understanding or your level of knowledge. Then he will start asking questions from there. So the interview process is like that. If somebody asks you a question, you answer that, or you are answering near to that, then he will have interest and he will go deeper, and he will ask you probing questions to know the depth of your knowledge. Okay. Then most of the engineers, when I say a motor, they don't know what is the dimension of it or how it looks, what is how to connect, or what is the weight of it. They have no imagination of it. So you must have a 3D visualization of equipment, how it looks from front, how it looks from top, just an idea. Because uh, when Madan Garu was telling about the communication skills, I wanted to tell you, engineers' language is drawing, not speaking. If you can't speak also, you draw a motor either physically or diagrammatically or symbol wise, then it will be more appreciated. Means you know that people know that you know something, and you can answer questions further. So that is what it is required. 3D visualization of equipments are required. Recently, I have interviewed some 15 to 20 MTech students. I asked a simple question like, Madan Garu, you have a switchgear, you have a motor. I switch on and the switchgear, push button or breaker, motor runs. How? How it runs? Do you need anything other than switchgear and motor? I am telling you, 90% of the students could not answer this. If the switchgear and motor is not connected with a cable, how the electricity will reach the motor terminals? It is such a simple thing. I have to toil around because I am a kind of interviewer. I will not tell you immediately the answer, but I will definitely make you to tell the answer. So I had to ask them 6-7 questions physically, that how it runs and what requires to be. So that is the kind of interviews will give you more knowledge. Even interviews also you can gain knowledge. Then you must be self-disciplined and organized. Means whether your superior or your line manager is there or not, you should be doing your job, and you should be organized, like not haphazard way. There will be a sequence of operation or sequence of working. So when you are doing a sequence of working, if you wanted to do uh, rewind the motor, you should not first go to the frame. You should check what size of winding wire size is required, what is the quantity is required, what is the rotor, how to do it. So you have to plan your activities. Planning is very much required. It should be organized way. Then people will like you to give more work, and you will also enjoy working. Collate points, doubts, clarification, and avoid asking same doubt. You see, you must not ask same doubt again and again. You should not make people, seniors, irritated. So it is very important. At the time of your going through your work, you have doubts, you collect them, write in somewhere, and then ask, go to your senior, ask all of them. That will show that this person is organized. So that is important. Keep reading relevant books or browse net if you have any doubt. If you are having some silly doubts you don't want to ask, you can always browse net. That is a very good advantage these days you people have. So having all these, what are the benefits? Benefits are quick adaptation to work culture. By doing this, the person who is supervising you or who is in charge for a team, he will start bringing a person having all these skills. Then he will see that he may be the next leader for this group. So he will start uh, bringing up that particular person. Early understanding of roles and responsibilities. By doing so, you can understand the roles and responsibilities very early. Predetermined path to employment based individual interest. So you are creating your path so that based on your interest only you are creating your path. Then companies save on the job training, can expect minimum performance from day one. So HIW like institutes are doing the same thing. They make you adopt to the work culture or work procedures and knowledge, industrial knowledge, so that it is like almost on the job training, and you can go and quickly get yourself adopted. So the whatever minimum performance is required for that job, it will start from the day one itself. That is how HAW is very successful all these years. Some companies issue advance employment offers. When you are in college, you may be having college interviews attending, and before they come out of the college, they identify the person with some of these skills, and they reserve you also. They give employment offers before. Then last but not least is presentation and communication skills. You see, presentation and communication skills are very important. If you can't speak your mind, then it is equal that you don't know anything. You must present it in a drawing form or in a text form or a narrative, and also you must be able to communicate that presentation and explanation to the person whom you are targeted audience. If the communication also goes like, it could be one to one or one to many. One to one, maybe to some extent it is okay, but it will not happen except in some cases where you are discussing with your boss one to one, or but there the mistakes can be corrected. But if it becomes one to many, then many people have doubts, and the firing will start from multidimensional. Then people start asking. So that time you should not lose your concentration. So it is very important. This presentation and communication skills are uh, play the major role in the working. Any doubt in that slide what I have shown you? Okay, so some more the responsibilities, some more I have given here is the ownness of assigned work. Ownness means the person who has given you some work, suppose he has given you to check some files, or draw some diagrams, or go and check in this field what are the readings and what is the condition at the site. Then you must go there, and suppose one item you have checked and you think there are 4 items similar to that. So you may be thinking that all are same, so I will write the same number there. But that will not work, because when you go back and present your report, then you will definitely ask whether you yourself gone there and check, or since it is looking like same, so you have taken the same reading. So ownness, you must own it, what you are doing the job. That is very important, and you must be answerable for what you are working. Then track of daily tasks. You must have a track of your daily tasks. Not like that every day you are going sitting and doing some small job, or passing time. It will be, I am telling you, all the students, years, months, years, it will just pass by just like that. And when you look back after 3-4 years, and you will find yourself that I should have learned many things, but I wasted my time. You should not regret like that. So you have to keep your task daily. When you go first in the morning, you list out the things what is to be done, and in the evening you tick what are the things done. then you will understand your performance yourself only. Don't need somebody tracking you. So that way you will understand that I should not be keeping pending things for the next day, because you don't know what will happen, what will come next day. Something urgent may come. Okay. Keep a professional attitude to be maintained. So Madan Garu was very much on the spot. Is attitude. Professional attitude is important. Your personal attitude, we don't mind, but professionally, you must have an attitude to learning, and attitude to respect people, and also an attitude to deal with his juniors also. Because once you become a 2 years 3 years experience, a new person comes from the college, you should not laugh at him that he is unable to answer your questions. There also attitude is required. You must guide him, you must bring him up. That is how you grow, and he will also grow. Then prior intimation of absence from work. So when you come from college to industry, you should not behave like college. Bunk karo, and just like that, and without information you just stay back. Or some movies releasing today, you take leave. Such things should not happen. You, in case you have any emergency, you must inform in the morning, or you have any pre-planned engagement, then you must inform before time. That is another kind of professionalism. And I already told you, repeated mistakes must be avoided, because this is unpardonable. Repeated mistakes, if you do, your growth will be restricted. You cannot grow. Then responsibility of engineers topmost is safety and quality. First thing is safety. Whether you are doing an engineering, or you are doing a manufacturing, or you are doing an inspection, or building site facilities, first you must follow safety. In that safety also, personal safety means human safety is utmost important. Then comes equipment safety. Suppose there is a motor, there is you are working around. If there is no space for you, in case of motor short circuited or a fire happened, if there is no place for you to run around, run to safety, then you get stuck. Not because of the fire, because of some obstruction on the way. So when you design, or when you install things, you should see that such safety requirements or mandatory gaps must be maintained, so that people can be safely escape. And next thing is the safeguarding of the motor itself. Next safety is, because a motor fails or burns means maybe a plant will get shut down and production loss will be there. For one small, about 10,000 or 15,000 rupees worth motor sometimes become critical for the entire plant production. So we cannot do that. So you have to first safeguard yourself, humans, and safety of the equipment. So safety of the equipment, how you do? If it is a motor, there is a overload or any winding temperature increase, then it should trip. First, it should give alarm to you that there is an increase in temperature, and the temperature comes to a point where motor gets damaged. Before that, it should trip, and it should start some other standby motor. So, like that, safety interlocks are implemented to safeguard the equipment. Then quality, as you know, quality of work is very, very important. You buy a gold plated motor or a gold plated equipment, but when it is fixed at the site, if the workmanship is very bad, quality is not maintained, that it is of no use, even though it is gold or silver plated. So workmanship, quality in workmanship, quality in inspection, quality in design is very, very important. Then conforming to standards. you must obey to the standards of the place where you are working. There will be standards like, local standards, country standards, international standards. There are several standards are there, so that must be followed. Then company rules and regulations. Company also have some rules, because you must come in this time, you must leave, and these are the leaves. That is HR people will tell you about that. And other than that, company will have rules like motor. It will have its own maintenance schedule, preventive maintenance schedule. Once the motor reaches so many hours of operation, you must change the oil, you must change the bearing. So all that company will be written in beforehand. So that must be followed. Then accountability. As I said earlier, you must be, when you do ownness of your work, then accountability starts. So you are accountable for some, both good and bad also. If you are doing good job, you are accountable for that. Then you get raise and you get praise. But if you screw up something, then you are accountable for that and you have to face the repercussions. Maintenance and repair. So you have to, as I said earlier, maintenance and repair also you have to take care. Continuous learning process, another thing, is very much required. Even today also, after 38 years of experience, even today also I learn things, many things. And to your very much surprise, I learn from my juniors also, some of them, because the the people who are coming from colleges, some of them MBAs and MTechs are very, very smart in certain aspects. So I learn from them. So learning must be unconditional and continuous. Identifying potential areas for automation. So if you are doing something repeatedly, same thing you are doing, like, stamping a paper, tap, 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 stamping, all that. So by doing the same thing n number of times, same job n number of times, you must, an idea should come to your mind that why I should not automate this. Because automation have several benefits. Automation will give quality, time saving, and people saving, lot of things. So automation has its own advantage. Whatever you are doing, it must be environmental friendly. Please don't throw cut things here and there, because the waste what you will be throwing, it's maybe metal or glass, or some chemical compounds. You should not disturb the environmental balance. Maintain information security. So wherever you are working, you should not reveal some of the company's confidential things to outsiders. When you join, they will ask you to sign some 3-4 papers from HR. In that, one of the point will be that information security. So you must secure company's information. You might not be reading all the clauses, but you are signing it. When you get into such problem, you may email your drawing or something to your friend, and later it will, you get caught that there is an email gone from company to some personal email ID. Then the action will be very immediate. So they cannot tolerate such things. So areas of working. Just now Madan Garu was telling all of you where we work and all. So working in government sector, working in private sector, either government or private, on roles, contractual, short term, there are several methods of working. These days, this has opened up like anything. In private sector, you could be on the rolls, or you could be a contractual, or you could be asked for working 3 months time, 6 months time, like that. So you have to make up your mind before entering or before preparing for this industrial experience. On rolls means you will be given benefits, annual benefits, and when you have to leave or company wants you to no, terminate, there will be a clause that they should inform you 3 months before or 1 month before. That will be a clause. If you are on contractual or a short term, that that case will not be there. They may terminate you the next day also. So but they will give you big money in on contractual and short term because you are limited time. So there are several types of employments are there. For an engineer, particularly electrical engineer, engineering and design. So you have to, suppose a plant is, you want to set up a plant. So you have to first engineer it. You have to make drawings. You have to make schedules. You have to make lists. You have to make connection drawing, wiring drawing, and layouts. All that you have to do before the plant start and the project site. So several areas, sectors are oil and gas, onshore and offshore. Oil and gas onshore means on land, offshore means middle of the sea. Then energy sector, power plants, oil exploration, utility sector, water treatment plants, sewage treatment plants, food and beverage, like noodles, sauce, or oils. So all these industry, chemical industry, paint, soaps, perfumes, manufacturing, cement industry, then infrastructure, roads, building, bridges. When you go out of your house, you just look around. Simply you are using all those facilities, but think of it how it is. Suppose you are eating in a plate. How the plate is manufactured? What raw material is required? How much time it takes to manufacture, and how it is coming from manufacturer's place to your store, and what are the safety aspects to be taken care. If it is a glass plate, you have to properly you have to pack properly so that it will not break, because all the money will be wasted in the manufacturing and transport when it comes thing broken. So all these things are very much. So you look around and think of yourself, and it will give you, I am telling you, very, very interesting questions in your mind, and you start developing from there. Then purchase, procurement, stores. This is another area where engineers will work, because whatever material you purchase, you have to keep a track of it. And what is that material? Is it a perishable, or it is a expiry date is there, or it is an equipment, or how you store it? So all that. Then there is in that purchase also local and global level or local level. Then manufacturing, production of equipments and items. As I told you, manufacturing is a big industry. It could be automated manufacturing, or CNC machines, or automated assembly. You might have seen some car factories. Robots will be, on a chain. The robots will be assembling things so that in a shorter time, maximum production can be achieved and with quality. Then inspection and quality testing is another area where engineers work. Sales and marketing, domestic and international. Construction, where when all the material is procured or purchased and brought to site, then you start integration. Integration means if you have a switchgear, a bus duct, a transformer, a motor, you must integrate all of them. All materials are ready at the site, but you must integrate them properly to get the desired results. Testing and commissioning, software and automation. This why I have written software and automation is, it is nothing to do with the software engineers. There are several engineering softwares will be used like CNC machine. It will be used in engineering industry and electrical industry also. Even in at the time of engineering design, we have several softwares that also will be used to automate things. Then automation is another place where you can quickly do that without any mistake. Then automobiles and another electric vehicles is another place where electrical engineers can work. Railways, aviation, space research. So there are many places where engineers are required. When you go to a government sector, as Madanji was telling, suppose you apply for a government and you got selected government job, you don't know whether you will be placed in the switchyard or substation or simply checking the contractor bills. So you don't know where they will place. Suppose the place where you are given is of not your interest. Suppose you wanted to check, it requires, the job requires electrical knowledge only, but checking contractor bills, it's a clerical job, although technical clerical, but it is a monotonous job. You may start getting fed up within no time. So you have to be very careful choosing, and there you can't choose. Since it is a government job, they will dictate you, and you have to work there. So as Madanji was telling, some of the people leaving the government jobs and searching for a suitable job of their interest. And on the bottom, I have made two triangles. You see, one I said core, another I said software. In core, if you see the bottom base dimension to the top, if the bottom is say a worker or say a technician at the bottom level, and the top is CEO, the tip. So from technician to CEO, the tapper is very not very high. Means suppose there are 100 technicians, then there will be some 20 supervisors will be there, then 10 engineers will be there, then 5 managers, and then one CEO. The ratio will be like that. But in the software side, if you see, the bottom base is very large. Means about 500 software coding persons are required, and above them there will be a 20 leads are there, team leads, and then there is a 5 managers, and 2 CEO and CFO, and 1 CEO. So why I am telling all these things is, your growth part, you will spend most of your life at the bottom only, bottom half only. To reach the upper level, it's very difficult. You will be one in many. Suppose from software coding person to lead, if you want to go, some 500 people are there, and there are 20 only there, and the 20 out of 20, maybe 1 or 2 are required, because only 1 or 2 may be going to the next level. Then only they will vacate for you, and you see 500 people will be chasing up those 2 slots. So that is why you see a lot many people in the software, in the engineer level or team lead level, they retire or they get fed up, and they start choosing some other. Some of them are going to farming also. And any software place office you see, mostly you will find youngsters, maybe up to 35, 40 max, and after that you don't find many gray hairs there, gray heads. So the growth path is very good in core engineering, and the software growth path is very, very difficult path. Similarly, if you come to a remuneration part, the software from the bottom, you start getting, double to what a core engineer is earning, but there is a stagnation. You will not be, and there is a stagnation, and there could be a termination also, because out of this 500, maybe 200 or 300 may not be required because there is no project, or some freshers are having good skills, they come, so they will they will put you on bench and take the freshers for a smaller salary. But in core engineering, I am telling you, even if you are 70 years old also, your service is very, very valuable and you are sellable. So that is what I wanted to emphasize. And these are some of the standards we follow while doing either manufacturing or inspection or design, whatever it is. IEC, International Technical Commission, BSI, British Standard, IEEE, Bureau of Indian Standard, ATEX logo, this is for hazardous area. NEMA means American standards. This NFPA means it is fire related.
National Fire Protection Agency.
Yeah, National Fire Protection.
Of
And
America.
yeah, BASIFA is another certification for explosion protection. PESO, this is another important Indian Petroleum and Explosive Safety Organization. Underwriter Laboratories, Canadian standard. It depends on where you are working and which country it is. That country's standards must be followed. But in India, basically we find Bureau of Indian Standard, IEC, and IEEE. These are the main thing. And some of the American companies, where American projects, we follow NEMA. And these are the softwares we use either in design or in at sites also. An engineer, any engineer, I am telling you, must learn. These circled softwares are very, very important for an engineer, because an engineer must write a report or make a list of things, or presentation office is required. If you want to draw some sketch, or what you have learned at design, or what you have seen at the site, if you want to convert into a presentable drawing, then you must learn AutoCAD. Other things like Dialux is for lighting calculations, CharmLight also lighting calculation, Aviva is for 3D modeling, Aviva Instrumentation Electrical, it is a design software. SmartPlan 3D is a 3D modeling software. AutoCAD Revit is specifically for the buildings. ETAP is for network calculations. SKM, Simaris, SIME, ETSA, these are all network calculations. Bentley Substation for substation design. Smart Plant Electrical for electrical design. So these are the, but I emphasize in these two softwares. Office, you must be thorough. In the office also, you must be very, very thorough with three things: Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Then AutoCAD. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Professionalism is knowing how to do it, when to do it, and doing it. This is what professionalism. So keep a note of it, and thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Madanji and group, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Good luck to all of you, friends.
Thank you,
And
Ramesh sir.
I can answer your questions if you have any.
Thank you, Ramesh sir, for your valuable guidance. Now, I think our students have understood the key points on attitude and professional etiquettes at workplace. And I also see a number of queries regarding the training in the chat box. We will answer them soon. And now I would like to invite Mr. Sridhar sir to shed some light on how renewables are playing a major role for expansion and new opportunities in the market.
Hi,
Thanks,
Sridhar
Kavya.
sir. Sorry, I request all the speakers to please make a time constraint as we have exceeded the time. Requested
Yeah.
you to consider the time constraint and then follow the session. Thank you, sir. Please continue. Please share your screen, sir. I also request all the students not to leave the session. We request you to wait because we have really an interesting aspects of the training to talk about and then understand in terms of your career aspects. Sridhar sir, the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Good afternoon, students and all the panel members and the team of HIE for arranging a wonderful webinar, especially focusing on the core electrical engineering. I have seen very few institutions who are actually focusing on electrical engineering and to train the people in the students in electrical engineering and supplying a skilled manpower so to all the electrical engineering companies. And I know HIE so is doing a wonderful job in building so the skill set for right skill set for the students in electrical engineering. Basically so the core engineering so if you the webinar is mostly focusing on electrical engineering, and I would like to give say a small glimpse on so one part of the electrical engineering, which is transmission as well as distribution and power generation. So generation, transmission, and distribution. So if you consider the power generation so as a core subject, um, if you see in India or even worldwide, so the requirement of power is huge, and the power market is also very huge. The power generation, so is almost like touching 1.27 trillion dollars in the last year, which is like at the end of 2023. And the prediction is, the power generation or the electricity generation market is going to grow at the rate of almost like 17 to 18% per year, and per year for from 2024 to almost like 2020 2030. So this is a kind of prediction which has been laid down by market experts, and there are several so banking and financial sectors are financing this sector, so name it like good financial institutions like SBI, so Asim Infra, Tata, so Tata Capital. So everybody are so trying to support you or even invest in electrical sector because power is need of the day. And in fact, so the World Bank is also trying to fund the electricity sector in India. So they're trying to invest, so in this year around $1.5 billion, so especially to build the electricity network as well as to support, so non-conventional sources or the renewable energy sources in India. So if you talk about the electricity generation, basically there are two ways of producing your electricity. One is your through your conventional source of fuel, and the second one is non-conventional sources of fuel. The moment if I can say conventional sources, so you guys are quite aware because you must have studied in your BTech. It's basically a coal or so gas-based power, thermal power generation, and that is what we have seen. So if you say till the last 10 years in the country, I can say like 2020, 2010, 2011, 2012, the coal-based power generation has dominated like anything. I mean, if you see the energy mix in the country, almost like 80 to 90% is only the coal-based power generation, And then the rest is, so very small portion is non-conventional electricity generation sources. Basically, so we call them as renewable energy. So why we call them as renewable energy is, so I mean, if you guys are quite aware, like what exactly you mean by renewable energies, the energy generated from a non-depleting sources means, let's say if you take your conventional energy, so coal is or gas is your base fuel, or I can say the source of energy generation, and the coal is depleting, so as you quite aware, so the coal the abundance of the coal and the coal results are coming down even in the country, and most of the coal power based power plants are completely importing the coal from outside the country. So the coal is depleting, and even one more point is the coal which is available in the country. So that coal is also not a good quality coal. So the dependency on the coal is coming down slowly, and so now it is the time, to look for power generation based on non dependency on the conventional sources like coal and gas, and it is completely depending on your sources which are abundant in nature, like your wind as well as solar, which where there is no depletion at all. So India is, so a tropical country where you can get a good power, good solar generation. So in almost all the places of the country, and you will have, so good wind potential areas, and through which you can generate the power. So now there is a huge importance was given for renewable energy sources even by the government, because in conventional energy sources, the one drawback is like just, so the team has clearly mentioned that, environmental concern. Environmental concern is a huge factor that we need to consider when we wanted to, generate the power, because, so of course you are enjoying the power, so generated by the coal, but at the same time, coal is also emitting a lot of CO2, and which is polluting the nature. So these are all the factors that we are considering, and then, so based on all these, so factors, government has given a huge push, so for all the renewable energy technologies, which is nothing but your solar power generation, wind power generation, biopower generation, or hydropower generation. So the even if these are all the various technologies, so please keep one point in mind. Being an electrical engineer, so you just have to work only on three different blocks. One is generation, second block is transmission, third block is distribution. So the source of generation is only varying, so whether it is a conventional or non-conventional, but the source with respect to your transmission as well distribution is same. So it is the same substation, it is the same voltage level, whether you work on wind energy or whether you work on solar energy or whether you work on, coal or gas based thermal power plants. So the voltage transmission is same, the voltage calculations are same, the power calculations are same, as well as the same transformers are used to transmit the power, whether it is from coal or, so non-conventional energy sources. So having said that, so you guys are completely aware, so the transmission as well as distribution system in India, so which is like, so your power will be generated at 745 kV, or maybe sometimes it is like 400 kV, sometimes it is like 220 kV, sometimes it is 130 kV. So and then, so sometimes even it is like 66 kV, sometimes 33 kV, and your distribution will happen at 33 or 22 or 11 kV or 415 volts. So your network, be it your
Sorry, Sridhar sir. Sir, could you be little more louder? Your voice little low.
Okay. So be it, so conventional, non-conventional, so your transmission distribution system is same. The reason why I wanted to just, give a glimpse of renewable energy is, so basically, so your conventional energy sources, so it actually pollutes the entire environment, and we must have seen, so the tsunami as well as global warming effect, all these things are, so because of, the pollution that is happening in the environment. And I'm not saying that only because of the thermal power plants, it is being polluted. So this is also one of the factor, so for polluting the nature, and then which is causing all your sea level rise, as well as biodiversity loss, as well as so ozone layer depletion. And so I mean, if we won't take the action right now, so especially so the one factor which is power generation through non conventional energy sources, so maybe the future will be very tough for each and everybody because of so water availability due to all these glacier reduction. And so you guys are completely saying the kind of diseases that we are so unknown diseases which we are facing, so as well as health threats for each and everybody. So the point which I wanted to tell you is the renewable energy sources are very, very important. And if you see, this is what is your power generation mix, so in the country. So let's say it's a very latest one. So far the installed capacity in India is 4,44,756 megawatt. So of which still today, so it is almost like 55% is a coal as well as gas-based thermal power plants, and renewable, which is like wind and solar, is around occupying around 33%, and hydro is roughly around so 10%. So more or less, so 43% is the mix which we have got from renewable, and 55% is coal. I mean, this is really so a good situation where which we are seeing right now. And when I started my career in 2005, and then even till 2010, 11 also I have seen where almost like 90% of the power generation, or even 95% of the power generation, is only from coal, and only the 5% is maybe from so hydro. And that time we don't have even wind, solar. And almost like so from 2008 2009 onwards, the government has woken up, and then they started building and giving incentives for all these renewable energy technologies, wherein we have seen a substantial growth for the last 12 to 13 years in both wind as well as solar, which led almost like so 40% is market share we have got in the installed mixes from renewable energy. It's a good achievement for India. And of course, so the future is like the most of the renewable energy technologies are coming into picture. And even in renewable energy technology also, if you see wind as well as solar, there is a huge change in the technologies, as well as there are several efficiency improvements people are working. A lot of R&D is happening in this technology. And guys, believe me, this is all an electrical engineering platform. So don't you ever think that so this energy technologies are coming from somewhere. No, everything is electricity, and everything is electrical engineering platform. So now if you see, even in the entire renewable energy mix also, again, so wind as well as solar. So in 2011-12, what we have seen is wind is almost like 60 to 70%, but whereas solar is dominating. Again, solar is dominating the entire RE mix. Basically, it is because of so abundant solar energy available in each and every state in the country. So whereas if you see the wind is focused only on few areas and few wind zones in few states in the country. But whereas solar is like so you can get good generation and in each and every location, because India being a tropical country, the generation is almost like so good in each and every place. So that's where so solar can be built on each and every home also. Like so you have a small home, you can put up a so home based residential solar power plant like 5 kilowatt, 10 kilowatt, 15 kilowatt. So and then everywhere there is a lot of engineering is there. So again so wherever so you take a solar or wind, so it is always generation, transmission, and distribution. So these are the three buzzwords being electrical engineer who has to remember. So in core electrical sector. And I mean, even if you say in electricity also, whatever is that substations that you're going to build, so be it a conventional energy or a renewable energy, so the technologies as well as switchgear panel design. So because so each and every component, there are 100 industries, so in each and every location right now. Let's say, so to build a substation, you need several components like switchgear panels, as well isolator, circuit breaker, metering system, CTs, PTs, so power transformer, inverter transformers, and cables. So these are all the things, which are the components of a typical electrical generation system. So where, each and every component, there are hundreds of companies which are available, and every company has got lot of job opportunities right now. So this is what I would like to tell you, that, being electrical engineer, you will have plenty of opportunities for you to focus in your career. And as Mr. Madan as well as Ramesh has rightly mentioned, so though it is related to something like beyond electrical energy, like the buzzwords like your hard work, commitment, as well as, so which industry that you are going, whether it's small, big, so small role, big role, just get into the company and learn, so don't waste your time for, studying or government jobs. I fully agree with Mr. Madan as well as Mr. Ramesh, what they have mentioned. So commitment, so hard working, never it goes. So there are all the very important points being a student that you will have to keep this in your mind. So just, wanted to tell you that, sir, so what are the opportunities or options that we have in the country? As I rightly mentioned, every electrical component has got 100 companies in the country. And, so the government is pushing for all these, by giving some kind of incentive programs also for mitigating the climate. Renewable energy is a part of, so mitigating the climate, where, so the government has come up with a national action plan for climate change, NEPCC. So in 2010, 2011, wherein they have come up with several missions where, your energy efficiency is one of the mission, where, in a company, if you are consuming like 100 units, so you can be, you will be, using various tools, so to see how you can reduce this consumption of 100 units to maybe say 70 units, or how you can see, so how you can, so eliminate the wastage. So, and it is like, so your transmission line, earlier the transmission line losses are very high, so now there are several technologies, as well as there's a lot of R&D has done in reducing the transmission line loss, so government is focusing on the missions like solar mission, water mission, as well as hydro mission, green mission. So there are all the missions where, so government is funding on all these technologies, as well as so to grow various companies and to deploy clean energy in the country. So just wanted to give, so one small kind of, say an animation where, so how you can be able to see a solar power generation. And solar power generation, the basic component of a solar power generation is solar power plant, where, so solar panel is the input component, or you can say the basic generation component. So, and it is working on your simple principles of your PN junction diode. You have P-type semiconductor, N-type semiconductor, and you have a depletion layer. So when sunlight is focusing on, so when it's falling on, so the P-type semiconductor, then, so obviously the atoms or the molecules will cross from, so cross the depletion layer, and then they will enter into N-type, and then when you form or when you complete a circuit, and electricity will produce. So this is a kind of, so the technologies, and the technologies are not something which is rocket science, and these are easy to learn, and they're easy to absorb, and they are easy to implement, so, and coming to, wind, so it's again, so though it looks like so great, but, if you look into the basics, basically what you are doing is nothing but you are converting a mechanical energy into an electrical energy, so I mean, as Mr. Ramesh has clearly mentioned in his, so presentation, so your core skills, so be it wind, be it solar, be it hydro, all the things you can learn easily the moment you have very good knowledge on your core. So if you have the basic concepts, it is easy to get into any of, the power generation concept, or transmission concept, or distribution concepts. So with this, I would like to just conclude my session, and you guys can ask whatever the queries that you have got.
Thank you, Sridhar sir, for the insight on roles of renewables and opportunities related to it. Any queries, guys? Okay. I've been seeing many queries regarding training. So I would like to brief about the training that we provide. We provide a 60-day job-oriented training on electrical system design in in which you can take the course in online or offline mode, and the class timings will be based on the trainer availability every day around 4 to 6 hours. And the unique qualities of this course is that you will be trained on the design aspect of electrical systems, where you will be taught on substation design, solar PV plant design, switchgear panel design, illumination design, and the respective softwares that are related to it. We also give 100% placement assistance for this course as soon as you finish or after 1 month after the training. And you will be given lifetime recording access to this particular training, which will help you after you getting placed. If any aspects you want to revise, you will have those recordings with you. And there's a new batch starting from 22nd of July. You can, for further details on this course, you can just ping on the numbers that are shared in the chat box, and also fill the form that we are sharing if you're having any queries or any queries regarding the course. We will get back to you on call and clear all the doubts that you have, and you can register on this course. And I would like to, that's about our course, and I would like to invite Harinath sir to shed some light on what qualities does a HR expect from an electrical graduate fresher. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. Good morning to all. At the outset, I would like to thank HI team for inviting me to this wonderful webinar. Good morning to my co-panel speakers, my dear students. I've been asked to talk what HR expects from freshers. Okay. First of all, I'll tell you briefly about my background. See, I'm into electrical engineering industry for the last more than 3 decades. I've been interviewing electrical engineers for the last more than 3 decades. Okay. So what we look as HR, what we look from freshers is, first of all, before you come for interview, your CV will come to us. So your CV should be 0 error. Many times we see they mention one thing in CV and they tell one thing. For example, hobbies. Some people write reading books is their hobby. But when we ask what is your hobby, they'll say something else. So what HR person derives from this is the candidate is not honest. He's not honest in answering the questions. As my earlier speakers have said, honesty, people prefer. See, if a person is not having the skills, the technical skills, we can train them up. But if the person is not having honesty, we cannot train them. So be careful. Spend at least 3-4 weeks on preparing a CV. Many people tell me they just come to us. I have not brought my CV. Where is your CV? I have not brought. Have you prepared CV? No, I have not prepared. Then they'll say within 1 hour we'll prepare and come, sir. No, it takes at least 3-4 weeks to prepare CV. You should be very, very thorough. Your percentage of marks, your achievements, your likes and dislikes, your strengths, weaknesses, everything should be properly mentioned in the CV, because CV you made. Somebody else didn't make. No, your CV you only make. So your CV should be 0 error. As I said, before you come for interview, your CV will come. Okay, be careful about preparing CV. And earlier my speaker said communication skills. Yes, communication skills are very, very important. Basically, there are 4 types of communicators: passive, aggressive, and assertive. So I don't want to, I'll just tell you briefly about this. Passive is a communicator who doesn't respond. Suppose if a person asks him a question, there is no response. That is passive. Passive aggressive is the person asks a question which he doesn't like. He will talk aggressively to the person who has asked the question. Aggressive is a person, in the word itself, aggressive is there. If somebody says something to him, he will tell aggressively to him. Suppose you are not done work properly, he'll say you are not done work properly. Then assertive communicator. Assertive communicator is a person, suppose a person criticizes the other person, he will take his time. Why this person is criticizing me? And he'll go back to him after analyzing where he went wrong and explains, you asked me to do work like this, I did like this, but this way also work can be done. This is an assertive communicator. All of us should become assertive communicators. See, it is not very easy to become assertive communicator. Overnight, we cannot become assertive communicators. It takes a lot of time. So go through a lot of YouTube videos are there. Please go through it. Okay. And one more thing is, see, basically most of us now, our English is not that good. English is required. I'll tell you, Madan and myself, we were working in an Indo-Japanese company where we used to interact with Japanese clients and engineering clients. Our electrical engineers have very, very good subject knowledge. But due to their poor English, they never used to respond to the UK or Japanese engineers. Then UK and Japanese engineers is asked to ask us why your people are not able to talk. Then we should tell something else. So please try to improve your English. See, we study English from our UKG till our graduation. Why our English is not that good? Some of our English. For example, I'll take my own example. See, I did my up to graduation in Hyderabad. Till intermediate Telugu medium, graduation also is namesake English medium. We always used to talk in Telugu only. With this background, I went to a institute, Symbiosis Institute of Business Management. Some of you might have heard about that. There, the scenario is completely different. People came from high-fi colleges. Their English was excellent. But I was not able to converse. I was not able to mix with other students. One of my professors observed this. He said, why are you not interacting with other students? I said, sir, my English is not good. Then he said, no problem. You keep talking. I said, they may smile. They may laugh at me. If they laugh, their teeth will come out. Nothing will happen. Then I started practicing it. Of course, today also my English is not that good, but still I'm able to manage. I'm able to talk with my UK clients, with my Japanese counterparts, various other countries' counterparts. So please start talking English, whether it is a wrong or right, don't worry about it. English is a language, na? You can talk in whatever way you want, right? So improve your English so that automatically your communication skills also will get improved. One more thing, most of my earlier speakers told you, be in core. If you are in core, you can work for a longer time. I have engineers who are 75 plus, still they are working with us. Whereas in software, I'm not discouraging you to go to software, but software, what happens after 15, normally people, they keep them aside. Okay. So be in core, because you did your electrical engineering or you did your mechanical engineering, you studied 4 years. So try to be in core. So honestly, I said people, what HR looks mainly is more than the technical skills, they look for honesty, whether a candidate is honesty or not. How we check the honesty? We ask you a question. Interviewers will ask you a question. For sure, you know that you don't have answer for that. What people think is, what interviews think is, if I don't give all the answers, I'll not be selected. No. If you tell the wrong answer, what happens is, first impression the interviewer will form is, this person doesn't know the answer. If he's stopping there, that's fine. Second opinion, for the interviewer forms is, I cannot rely on this person. This person doesn't know the answer. He's telling wrong answer. So let me not take. I myself have selected many students who have given 5 right answers out of 10. I have not selected many candidates who have answered 9 answers out of 10 rightly because of their attitude. Okay, attitude is very, 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 very important. Okay, and I'll tell you one example about attitude. Okay, 10-15 years back, a multinational company recruited 2 engineers. They are from IIM, IIT Engineering, IIM MBA. They have recruited them into the sales function. And after 1 year of working, those students came to the IIM professor, first student said, sir, I am not happy with my job. This IIM professor said, what happened? Sir, they are asking me, I did from IIM, IIT, they are asking me to do all clerical works. What clerical works? This professor asked. They are asking me to book the tickets for the clients. They are asking me to receive the clients from the airport. They are asking me to bring them to the office and write minutes of the meeting. Is this the work I'm supposed to do after doing my IIM, IIT? Then professor for a while thought, okay, let me speak to your vice president HR. Then he asked second candidate to come. Second person to come. The person comes, before the person starts talking, this IIM professor asks, I think you are not happy with the job. Then the student says, no, sir, who said? I'm very much happy with my job. Then the professor asks, are they not asking you to book the tickets? They are receive the clients from the airport and write minutes of, yes, sir, they are asking me to do all these things. Then this professor asks him, you did from IIM, IIT, don't you think it is inferior to do this type of work? Then the student says, no, sir, by picking up from the airport, by writing minutes, and by picking them from the hotel, I became very closer to them, to the customers. I know what are they looking in our product, what are the modifications they are looking in my product. And by writing minutes, my senior has committed one mistake, I have corrected it. So my boss gave me appreciation letter for working so efficiently. See, same background, same IIM, same IIT, same company, same boss. What is the difference? Difference is in the attitude. One person has negative attitude, another person has positive attitude. So have always positive attitude. Okay. And as a student, now see, you're all engineers in your college in a section, electrical engineering, 60 or 50 people students are there. You should be different from other students. How you will be different? All of you studied engineering. All of you scored first class. What is the difference is you should acquire additional qualifications like training in AutoCAD, training in ETAP, training in some additional qualifications you should have. Myself and mother keep going to the colleges because there is a gap between what industry needs and what they are teaching you in colleges. We are trying to narrow the bridge, narrow the gap, but still it takes a lot of time. So get more certifications. So if you have the designing certification, my company needs design engineer, I'll immediately recruit you. And one more thing I want to tell you is there is no scarcity of jobs for electrical and mechanical. At least I can say electrical engineers, since I am in this field for the last 30 years. Myself and my co-HR professional, Ramarao Garu, will tell you, we are struggling to get a good engineer. If we want to recruit one good electrical engineer, at least we have to interview 50 students. First, we conduct a test. Then we conduct technical interview. We are finding it very, very difficult to get electrical engineers, good electrical engineers. Because as I told you, it's not mistake of yours. It is the gap between industry and academia. Okay. But that takes a lot of time to bridge the gap. Meanwhile, what we have to do is we have to see what industry expects. You should start focusing on what you want to be after engineering right from second year, if not first year. You should choose whether you want to be in government sector, whether you want to be in PSU, whether you want to be in private sector. You should choose your career path right from first year or second year onwards. You should, if you want to be in private sector, you should see what type of jobs are available for core electrical engineers in the country. As I told you, there are plenty of jobs. We are struggling, myself and my colleague Ramarao are struggling to get good electrical engineers. Okay. So don't worry, there are a lot of jobs available. Only thing is you should have proper skills. Okay. And we get very, very, surprising answers from the candidates. Recently, we have interviewed some freshers. So we asked, how many years you want to work for us? Then the fresher engineer says, I like their honesty. He says, sir, till I get a job in software engineer, I'll work with your manufacturing industry. Don't be like that. Decide whether you want to be in software or whether you want to be in manufacturing. As I told you earlier, if you are in manufacturing, you can work n number of years, right? But you choose. Once you join the manufacturing industry, don't look for software job from second day onwards. One more thing I'll tell you. Why people prefer software jobs is they think that software jobs, we have air-conditioned environment and our salaries are comparatively higher than manufacturing. I agree with you. Salaries are definitely higher than in IT industry. But you see in the long run, I'm a HR advisor for one Indo-Japanese company called Asabano Technical Services Limited, where Mr. Madan also used to work with us. So we used to take engineers for 15,000 rupees. But after 5-6 years, their salary is 1.5-2 lakhs per month. And they can work up to 70-75 years. So don't look at the beginning salary. Beginning salary, it's like a foundation. If your foundation is strong, you can construct n number of floors. If your foundation is weak, even first floor itself, ground floor, it may collapse. So your foundation has to be very, very strong. That's why I request you not to look for higher salary in the beginning itself. It will come automatically, right? And as some of my earlier speakers have said, learning is a continuous process. We need to learn till we are alive. I know one medical doctor who is 90 years old, still he updates his subject now, because if you are not getting updated, we will be outdated. Okay, please, learning is a continuous process. And don't think that, see, recently we recruited in one of our clients some electrical engineers from very good college. I'm running out of time, Kavya. Hello?
Yes, sir, we are.
Oh, just 5 minutes. I'll finish up
Yes,
in
yes,
2
sir,
minutes.
we are running out. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
just
Okay,
2
sir.
minutes I'll take. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sorry, I'll just. So we HR people now, we keep talking. If we can, if somebody doesn't stop, we can talk hours together. So I'll close by telling this example. This real thing happened. So we recruited some fresh electrical engineers. Then after 1 month, they came to me and said, "Sir, we want to leave the company." I said, "What happened?" "Sir, we are working under diploma engineers." "What is wrong? Diploma engineers with experience, they are working." So don't have these inhibitions. What I should not learn from the people who are less qualified to me or who are younger to me. Okay, don't have that. You can learn from anyone. Even today, by attending this session, a lot of value addition to me. Okay, I don't know, take much of your time. I wish you all, students, all the very best. Once again, thanks HIN team for inviting me. Thank you, Kavya.
Thank you, sir, for your crisp pointers on resume preparation and communication skills.
Thank you.
It was there were keynote points that students have to make a note of those things, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Then, yeah, thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Venkat Ramarao, sir, to share his valuable insights on what do companies expect from employees. Sir, can you please turn on your video? Yeah, unmute yourself. Also start your screen share, sir, if you're sharing any. Yes, sir, please. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir. We can't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
Good, Kavya. Still 246 members are there. Good.
Venkatrama, sir, we can't hear you. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, good morning to all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. So good morning to young talented professionals and the industrial eminent people. Because I want to present what the companies expect from an employee. Okay. And the most of the people they start their career. So when they have completed whatever it may be, that should be in graduation or the engineering or whatever it may be. Because so while the people, every individual is having the 3 types of skills. Because the person is having the domain knowledge, and apart from that, the 2 most important factors are required. That is the behavioral aspects and the managerial aspects. That means the behavioral skills and the managerial skills. So from the beginning, so what the companies are required for that. So when you choose any career at the beginning of the career, because the domain skills are help to us. And in the career progression, that means out of the 100%, so when you begin your career, that is
sir, you're not we are not able to see the slide change, sir. It's just on the first page yet.
Okay. So first I want to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Please go.
In the domain skills, it will help you in the beginning stage, but in the junior level. But when you grow in the career ladder, so after 5 years and 10 years, you become an the head of the department or the general manager or the CEO or whatever level you grow, the two skills which are required, you must acquire the behavioral and the managerial part, because you have to manage the things. You are in the position, you have to manage. So what are the skills required for that particular position? And so how to present yourself, how to behave yourself, so how to negotiate. These skills are required, and what the industries are expecting from an employee. And you know very well, Mr. Ratan Tata says that. So when I have gone to the industries and the institutions and the colleges or the prestigious institutions, the people are coming. So they are unable to meet the standards of the industry, because lots of people are coming from the colleges and renewable institutions like the IIMs and IITs or the prestigious colleges owned by the Tata Group or the Narsi Monji or the Symbiosis. So whatever it may be. So you must possess. So when I worked together with my senior colleague, Mr. Harunwag, when you have interviewed the more than hundreds of the people, because so when the people have completed their master's degree or the graduation, so they have acquired with good percentage, the 90%, 95%, the GPA is 8.9%, 9.5%. So after completion of the course, so when you have interviewed a person, so what are the topics you have covered? What are the subjects you have covered? So what is the content in your domain? So they are unable to express, and they don't know what are the topics they have learned. So this is not acceptable. So when you grow a career in the industry, and I can explain you only the brief contents because the constraints of the time and all. Okay, I can explain you only the few things for your better understanding. Okay. Oh, madam, it is not moving.
Sir, is there an issue?
Yeah. But this slide is not moving.
Sir, just can you just click on the page of Okay, sir. We will share the screen from over here, sir. Give us a minute.
No, it is not.
Yes, sir. We have shared the screen. Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
No,
sir.
it is not moving.
Now we have the next slide over here. Is this okay?
Okay, you can, yeah.
Yes.
And you can move to the other slides, madam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just say next, then I'll move on to the next slide, sir. When you're done with the slide.
Yeah. So sorry for
Thank
that.
you, sir.
Okay. So what are the employers' expectations? Like, so when you start your career, because the employer means the industry's expectations. What are the qualities you have possesses? The first one is the loyalty. You are loyal to the company, and the professionalism and the self-confidence, the motivation to improve and develop. So have to inspirational, have to inspire with others, and the integrity and the honesty, the adaptability, the having a positive attitude, responsibility and dependability, good work ethics. These are the prime qualities what the industries expect. So when you enter into an industry, because you are loyal and you are professionalism and you are self-confident and the motivate to improve and you are inspirational and you are the honest. When you doesn't know anything, so when you ask a question in the interview, if you know the point is very well, you can answer, or otherwise, so I don't have enough knowledge, or you taste sorry. So when you base without the honesty and the integrity, you cannot grow. And the second foremost important is the attitude. The attitude is very, very important. So when the other speakers are expressed their concern, so I can brief you the foremost things and the skills what are required for the behavioral and the managerial part. So there are n number of the aspects. Okay. So what the industries are expected from that, the engaged professionals. Okay. Madam, please. Okay. So when you start your career, so are you competent? Means the skill is different and the competencies are different. Means the skill it is required for a particular job. But the competencies means, so when you delegate the functions, how you are competent. So have to acquire the knowledge in the all aspects related to your particular job function or the role and the responsibilities. And earlier, the speakers have expressed the ownership. So people must understand that, so what is duty and what is the responsibility. Means someone say, you can perform the following functions. So have to do that. But the responsibility means that is the ownership. Yes, when you join in the company, so it is my family, it is my company. So I have to acquire the ownership. Means, so when in the family, the father takes the responsibility, then nobody says, you have to do like that, you have to do like that. In the similar passion, you must understand what is the difference between the duty and the responsibility. So you are responsible. So while you mention in the CV, you have to mention the role and responsibilities. Because you have to take the ownership. Okay. And you are the intelligent because you have to understand what are the functions are assigned. So what are the qualities you have to require to perform the functions. Okay. And next, madam. Yeah. The communication. So when my senior has expressed Mr. Harnath sir, the communication. Nowadays, communication is most important than any other skills which are required for the industry. So people are say that, so have to, when so anybody says that to perform that, you cannot react. You can act it accordingly. Because the assertive communication means, so have to act it, not the react it. So most of the people says that you have to react at present. So when you ask anything to another person to assign a form to do a function, no, it is not possible. Because you cannot react, you can act, you can take the initiative. So how the other person is expecting, what is your boss is expecting from you. So you must listen and understand what he desires. Means have to good listener. First you have to listen what he has expressed, what he is expecting from you. And you have to observe the things. what is going on, what are the activities. There are n number of the activities in the industry. At the time of selecting the candidate, so we are going to place in the induction program. Means you have to observe. You didn't know about the industry, what it is manufacturing, and what are the standards, what are the policies, okay, what are the quality procedures, and what are the SOPs, what are the HR policies and the procedures and the practices, and what are the people, what is the work culture and work ethics, work standards. So I have to observe, have to acquire and acquaint those things. So these things are required, and you should be working with a team. You are not an individual, have to work with a